Hi, my name is Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer, and every single Friday I give you a macro technical analysis video breaking down what's happening in the bigger picture. We have a lot of geopolitical unrest. Is there World War III coming? Iran, Venezuela, Greenland, you name it. It does not stop. There's so much coming every single day, and it's affecting gold, silver, Bitcoin, risk on, risk off. Where are we going? And we're going to look at gold, silver, Bitcoin, the S&P futures, and more. Jump on in with me. Let's have a blast. First thing we're going to look at is BTC. And, you know, a lot of times, too, in the last few bear markets, we did come back to the previous high, and we would hit it. The monthly technically did that already. Some say that could be the bottom. For me, we also, you know, if you look at this bottom here, the last time we bottomed was the 786 Fibonacci retracement. If we do the same thing here and we look for that same type of area, it would take us pretty low, somewhere to about $38,000 for Bitcoin, right? Be about $39,800, right? So I keep getting this $38,000 to $40,000 region for a possible macro bottom, but I'm not saying it's possible, but I'm definitely preparing mentally for that in case we do end up going there. It's something that I've thought about many, many times. So when it happens, I'm not that surprised, right? We look at the 2-week chart and you're attempting just to get a green candle next to a red one with this chop holding us down. You know, we don't want to see a candle get below this area here, about 54,000, where that's going to be even lower lows. Same thing here on the weekly. We have resistance. You blew through this level, didn't even really think to hold, which is crazy, 72K. And now you got this chop here, which is holding, and you have the previous, you know, high of the last cycle, which is also a very strong support or resistance on the weekly. You would expect us to bounce from here, even if, even if we were ultimately bearish, but it might even just be an upward bounce, like a flag like this, and then we continue lower. So that's the one issue is, like, even if we do get a bounce, even if we get a tweezer reversal here, there's a chance we just go on a 7-week sideways bender that still takes us down to 41K. What we really need is a shoulder ahead, and we really need to start reversing. And like 5 weeks from now, we need to be somewhere back up in here. We need to go through this gap in the VRVP. The bulls really need to show us something. We need a red next to a green, and the next candle has to moon. We got to get back through this gap fast, right? And then end up somewhere back into the $89,000, $90,000 area. If we're not in 90K, somewhere by mid-March, like, it tells me we're likely headed for a lot lower prices. And if you look at the daily today too, it just doesn't look amazing. If I had to call it, it just looks like it's in a bear flag, right? There's your top trend. You could say there's your bottom trend. You could say you left it, got back inside, and you're just ready to dump again. So if I had to say anything, it looks like the daily wants to take you down to 50K. Stop loss above this wick, and it would take you down. But, you know, there's a chance the 4-hour today at one point puts in a green candle next to a red one and kind of creates this type of scenario here where we end up with this flag and we get tight. We got to get a bounce on a higher low on the 4-hour time frame. It's possible. Right now, it looks unlikely. Once you close a candle below this trend line, it looks like you're headed at least down to 61 for the double bottom. And then once you challenge that low, the next area is about 50,000 on the daily, which is crazy, right? So to me, it looks more bearish. Next week, where will we be at? It's hard to tell, to be honest. I'd watch my show every day for the next few days. It's really changing day by day with the news and the information that we're getting to as well, just like the world is. So right now, it looks bearish. Tomorrow, there could be like, oh, we're calling off the war. It's all good. And next thing you know, we get a monster green candle and Bitcoin goes all the way back up here to 88K. Like, or we get a call that there's war and this thing dumps all the way to 40K. It's really what's about to happen in the world, I'm telling you, in my humble opinion. Show me the charts that'll show you the news. If I had to guess, 21's pretty far away from moving averages. You're a little stretched. But I'd say one more pretty good dump is in call. And I'd say we dump at least to 62 or to 50K. So I'm guessing we're going to, not guessing, but the price action is telling me we're likely going to take a dump down. We take a look at the total market cap and all of cryptocurrency, and it's in the exact same place Bitcoin is. We really don't even have to do an analysis, really. It's the exact same story, right? It's Bitcoin in a nutshell. You can see the pattern is a twin pattern. It's the same thing because Bitcoin dominance is taking up most of the pattern. So, like, we're in a bear flag that, in my humble opinion, is likely going lower, right? And probably taking out the low at 1.19. I still believe and buy like this has been the bottom because the fear and greed index has been so low. I've never seen it at a 5, 6, and 7. I never saw a 5 in my life. So I had to take I had to buy into this price action. I really did. If we go lower, 30, 40K, fine. 50,000, 40,000s will be great buy zones. But man, This fear and greed, now it's back into 13. We had it at a 5. There's a chance this higher low kicks in, some news kicks in, and this bounces. Like, I'm such a perma bull in my head. Like, I really want to dig in here, but, kind of a divergence there too right now on the smaller time frames. We'll see. But right now, total, for me, looks like it's going to dump. It's attempting to put in like a shoulder ahead and some type of right shoulder there. It's attempting to make this a higher low and fight through. It's okay. We got to have the daily close a green candle next to a red one. If that happens tomorrow on Saturday, maybe we save the day. Otherwise, I got to tell you, right now, this closes red. We have to assume we're continuing dumping somewhere down to 1.189 trillion. Total 3, which is the entire market cap of all of the altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. When you look at it on the weekly chart too, it's still hugging a higher low from this area of support of resistance. It's still a bounce there. It's actually pretty strong. So altcoins are holding, but they're not doing great. And to me, it's a bear flag that looks like it might get one more dump to the downside. Again, if we get a big war or something happens, people are going to sell off altcoins, I believe. They're just going to be complete trash. So be careful, man. In the next few days, we could get some news that's, really could spark, change history. Like, we are in some of the most historic. You can always say it, but, right now it seems like we're in some of the most historic times ever in the history of our globe, right? So this, to me, is a bear flag and likely going lower, too, as well. I have to say, that's what I see. Even shoulder, head, right shoulder in a way. Like, it just looks bearish. Lower lows, lower highs. I don't see us digging out just right yet, though. Altcoins don't look amazing. I'd still, nibble if something looked amazing for the next 5 years. I'm not saying I don't think there's opportunity here. But as far as like swing trading, getting in at the bottom, it doesn't look amazing to me. All right. That's just what I see. It is what it is. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance, which if the whole market takes a beat down, which it looks likely, Bitcoin dominance is likely to fall and Tether dominance is likely to go up. So last time we looked at it, Bitcoin dominance was in this like shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, and it still looks the same, and it looks like it's below at 200, and it does look like it's going lower. So right now, Bitcoin dominance looks like it's going to go lower. And if we look at Tether dominance, it also looks like it's going to go higher, right? It's still inside this beautiful flag. It maintained the flag the whole time. If we look at it on the daily, it looks bullish, right, comparatively. So I was looking for a head and shoulder pattern, which we may get. You never know. But it's the opposite of Bitcoin. It's upside down of Bitcoin, and it does look, so it looks like Bitcoin's about to take a dump. And Tether dominance is about to take a pump. That's just what I see happening right now. So it would tell me, and we said this last week, and it was correct. I said, prepare for a dump for Bitcoin. And that was, it was right? It's kind of what we saw. So prepare, it's telling us again, prepare for a dump for Bitcoin here. It looks like Tether dominance is going to move up. We'll look at the DXY as we look at this. The DXY you think would move down. It just looks like it's been struggling. I'd like to see it move down. Same time, with some war coming up and stuff, it might pump the price up a little bit. It's in a flag touching the 21. It could pump up, which would also make sense. Like Bitcoin dumps and the dollar gets a little bit of a move. But for the most part, I see it even pumping. Overall, I see the dollar eventually, maybe it takes a month or two, but it slumps on over. By the end of April, it starts to really go lower. That's what I see, right? And then we take a look at gold, which I'm in a trade for gold. I like what I'm seeing. It's been hot. It, to me, just kind of broke out. I'm on the daily here. The daily looks good to me. Just broke out. I'd actually even extend this and say, hey, maybe a couple more days sideways and consolidate a little bit more, but boom. And then I see gold's big push coming up to 5,500. We got into gold here, and it's been ripping ever since, and I see gold continuing to the upside. Gold, baby, gold, and silver as well, bounced off a low bottom, which I believe I called. I told you that was likely going to be your bottom. You're going to bounce back to the upside. I see silver doing something like this. You don't know if it's going to go as high. Sometimes it kind of creates its own kind of channel off the side channel here. It might not use this, but I see it going up and down and creating something like this here, just going up and down, getting tight, and just, holding its own really above that $75 area, headed back into the hundreds, and then getting really tight. And then I see it going all the way up to like 168. Silver, baby, silver. And last but not least, we like to look at the S&P futures, which looked bullish, but this war scare has got people acting a bit off, right? I mean, they're gonna start, selling off securities. There's gonna be all gold, and everyone's gonna want to rush into U.S. bonds and stuff like that, right? It's just kind of Gets people really freaked out. I still see this tightness. Something gets called off. It gets tight. This could be just market manipulation too, using the ward to manipulate the market. I wouldn't put it past these people. I still see tightness for the S&P. I'm sticking to my idea that next week we're going to be somewhat sideways inside the nose of this channel. NASDAQ, is same idea. I like the bounce we got. It was righteous. It was awesome. Yesterday was bearish with the news, right? It just seemed off. But I still see this higher low bounce for the NASDAQ. But if we get a world war, it could trash the market. It could trash Bitcoin. Eventually, the market could return, though. It usually creates bullish movements in the long term. You know what I mean? It's not always bearish, but the initial fear will definitely create a bit of a sell-off in the markets, in my humble opinion. We're at a standstill here. I'm going to stick to my idea that next week we're going to be somewhere, 5-6, a week from now, we're going to be somewhere over here. Okay? Is that going to be March 6th? We'll be somewhere up in here. I'm still sticking to that on the NASDAQ. So that is your macro technical analysis. We went through it all, from gold to silver to the S&P to Bitcoin to the dominances and even to the total market cap of all the cryptocurrencies, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the total market cap of all the cryptocurrencies. I hope you liked this, got some insight from it. It really told us to watch out. It kind of was painting a picture that we could see a massive dump for Bitcoin into next week. Again, I'm not 100%, but this is just what the charts are reading. We're just going through what the charts are saying every day for you. If you like this type of technical analysis, please watch my show every single day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in America. That's New York City time. And Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Jump into the Discord. Go to cryptolifer.com to find out more. I can't wait to see you there.